Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have here today my top 10 easy reach casual fragrances. A lot of them are pretty affordable and I am dressed pretty casual, and it's because my day is not going to plan. So this is what we're doing because it just works with my day today. These are all really easy picks, which to me means for a woman like an easy musk or a fruity floral, a man usually like a citrusy aromatic. They're all very versatile, mass appealing, and a lot of them are on the more affordable side, or they're a really good bargain right now. So I'll tell you about those right after this. Okay, so my day's not going to plan because one, we're having a heat wave. It was 88 degrees today, and I thought 82 yesterday was hot, but 88 today. So I thought, okay, I really could use a little bit of sun, but it's really hot out. So let me just take my dogs for a really short walk, like under a mile, totally to plan, until my watch alerted me that I dropped my phone on the trail. So like 3 times back and forth, looking for it, being like, okay, let's go home, get another device and find my phone because my watch wasn't able to find it. Do that, great, it's right where I thought it would be. It was within like a 20-yard distance on this trail. And that's exactly where Find My Phone said it would be. So I went back and it was nowhere, very frustrated. So I went back home again, got my laptop to bring with me, and then my laptop wasn't getting reception. It wasn't where it said it would be. And I was like, gosh, I must have looked at it wrong on the map. It's over there. Really frustrating. Pretty much ready to get my SUV and go drive down that trail. I was so frustrated going back and forth. Angelo was exhausted. He was overheating. He was laying in mud puddles to cool off. So now I had a dog that was a mess. It was so frustrating. And then I am nearly home again to go get another device that I knew would have reception there. And there's this woman, this little Chinese lady that I had seen on the trail earlier, was like, oh, did you lose your phone? I'm like, yes. She's like, oh, I have it. I've been trying to trace you. Trace me? Trace me? How? How? I turned around right as soon as I dropped it. She had to have taken it right then. And I'm like, she was clear on the other side 2 miles away. How are you trying to trace me? So long story short, 3 miles of walking of me additionally looking for my phone that then I was like sunburned. I didn't have sunblock on. I wasn't prepared for that long hike in the sun. The dogs got the mud all over the floor, which meant mopping when we got home. And it was just like not to plan. You know those days? Nothing was going to plan. And I was pretty pooped after that. So I didn't really feel like doing the glammed up, classy and elegant list that I have for you. So I jumped to this list because I'm feeling casual. And we all have those days. So let's get into this. First one I have was just sent to me. And if you watch me on Instagram, you know about this and you're excited to hear about them. And it's by Mamasi. And it's for him and for her, even though it's Mamasi into me for men, Mamasi into me for women, but I call it him and her. So let me tell you about these. So let's start with him. I do like this packaging. It has this nice, like, almost rubberized kind of feel on these boxes. They open like a book, which I really, really like. And then there's a little nest in here for it. Bottles, super nice and weighty. Rounded edges, like it. I like it. I also like that despite being a really heavy bottle, this snap cap, it snaps, it's not magnet, but it holds it with absolute ease, which is really impressive to me. So for people like me that have tiered, stacked fragrances, I can grab it from the top, which I kind of have to. I can grab it from the top and bring it forward and not worry. This is super secure on there. I mean, you can see it's secure, which I like. Basic, this is a brand new house. It's, I guess, an indie house, brand new, made in New York. So you got your made in USA. Chimaka's an amazing woman. She's female-owned business, black-owned business, whatever is your drive. Personally, I like quality. So let me tell you about the quality. Is the caps, I'm also impressed. They're very ornate with this indentation here. I really like that. And she's from Nigeria originally. Masi is beauty from God. So she's all about self-love. Now, these are her first 2 perfumes that she has launched. She does have plans with more in the pipeline. So she wanted the first 2 to be safe, which a safe fragrance to me is your Easy Reach fragrance. They are very mass appealing, and she definitely nailed that on both of these. I really, really like these. I'm really grateful she sent these to me because I never would have picked these up. I just wouldn't have tried them. They're priced really nicely at like $150, which is a really good price. It's kind of like your high end if you're getting like just a designer fragrance. So it's marketed really nicely for people just getting into niche. The fragrances, I do like that she included this card with each side has the notes. This one opens very citrusy. Yeah. The bergamot, lime, grapefruit, pop of pink pepper, but I really get that citrus cocktail. And then you have middle of jasmine, watermelon, and ginger. Where did I spray you? In a base of sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and cedar. Now this one, the intensity is kind of like this even toned fragrance with a moderate projection. Like it's not beastly or anything, but I could constantly smell myself all day long, easily an arm's length away wherever my arm was, and it was constant. This was like steady as she goes. It was not a beast at any moment, but it just steady. And I went to sleep after 8 hours, I think, and it was still going. So that's a really good longevity to me for a citrusy kind of aromatic. And it does have that, the citrusy somehow like stays with it the whole time, where there's this citrusy tone, because the base is sandalwood, amber, patchouli, cedar, but it never really turned into just a woods on me. I always had a little bit of that floral and citrusy going. Beautiful, beautiful masculine scent, easy reach, dumb reach, grab it and go. It'll work for work, it'll work for tooling around, works for like on a hoodie kind of day. This is so incredibly versatile and pleasing. I really, really like it, really enjoy this one. And then for the women's, this one was fun. This one has that almond in here. The way the almond is, it's this really nice creamy note. This is really good. And I want you to understand like how like creamy, sweet, addictive it is. This one has a top of almond, bergamot, and Jamaican coffee bean in it. Coffee bean is in there, really kind of swirling around with it, and gives a depth. It doesn't pop. It's not like a coffee note that cuts through that you're like coffee. It really just swirls around, more latte-like. It's like a latte with that almond and this creaminess and some coffee. The middle is French vanilla, tuberose, which is very creamy, jasmine, Indian rose, and patchouli in a base of cashmere, cocoa, tonka bean, and sandalwood. So you can hear like all those creamy notes, the tonka bean and the cashmere, the vanilla, cocoa, like all of it. So that cocoa and coffee and almond really make it almost latte-like. I really, really like this one that I found myself reaching for. I mean, I've only had this 3 days, I think, and I kept reaching for it. Like this is a really easy reach. This one was more of like a bell curve, whereas the For Him was this steady as she goes, kind of a projection and intensity. This one ramps up. it gets stronger and it gets stronger and stronger. And it's like, wow, this one is going. And then it mellows out. And then I swore at like hour 6, I'm like, all right, I can't really smell it on my hand anymore. And it was only a spray or two that first day because I wore this a couple times. I felt like I couldn't smell it anymore, yet whenever I was moving, I was catching my sillage. So it was still there on me somehow. So I really, really like this one. Loving this one. And I did not expect that. And for $150, this is incredible. If I said anything for improvement, I'd say the juice has earned better packaging. This is great packaging, don't get me wrong, but it feels like a much higher end juice. She really, you know I'm pretty picky, she really did a good job on this. Like, the sprayer is better, but the sprayer is like, this deserves a really beautiful, pillowy, misting, fine mist fragrance. Like, this one is killer. It's killer. I mean, it's a good atomizer. It feels more like a designer fragrance atomizer, but it's definitely earned more. It's definitely an underrated gem right here. I'm super impressed with this one. Yeah, and I look forward to whatever else she has. I was really surprised by this. It totally exceeded my expectations. You know I'm funny, but this one, I keep reaching for it again, even though I don't have to. I have other PR that I have received that I really need to be trying and reviewing, and I kept wanting to wear this. So yeah, creamy and sweet. Creamy, sweet. Tonka beans. It's not overly sexy either or overly beastie that you can wear this to work. So as that intensity picks up, yes, there's that projection a little bit, but it's never overly imposing. There's this softness to it too. There's no harsh almond, and it's not like an overly sweet almond either. It's more of this nutty almond, creamy, that blends in with the tonka and the cashmere and the vanilla, and it's almost lactonic. It's so creamy. It's got a fuzziness to it kind of, but coffee's like blended in like a latte. This one is so good. It's really, really good. Gotta get this one. The next one for men is an older fragrance that I'm mentioning because it's a really good one, and because it's older, you can really find it discounted now. It's by Bond Number 9 for men, and it's Chez Bond. So you've heard about this a bunch, and you can totally find this discounted. This is from 2003. So this has definitely been around a while. This one is, it's got an ozonic kind of feel to it. It's very airy while also being this citrusy, green, fresh. It's a heat wave. Did I mention it's a heat wave here? Aquatic, like it's very airy. It's great everyday fragrance. I don't know if I'd wear this at night. I feel like it's very daytime kind of fragrance. And I mean, it's for that reason from Bond Number 9, which can be really pricey. You can probably find this for like $150, $200, something like that. Also, I'm thinking, I've had this for a while, but really, I mean, you could probably even find this in like the Marshalls and stuff now. It's woody and grassy and citrusy and fresh, like it's fresh woods, like cedar and vetiver, which are very fresh woods with the citruses at the top. But those green notes keep it going even when the citrus is gone. That there's something fresh and clean about this one that I really like, that just makes it so easy to throw on and go somewhere for men. I mean, women could wear it, but it's a masculine scent for sure to me, for sure. For women, I have Dama Bianca by Xerjoff. This is another really easy reach. It's a little bit of floral, some vanilla and musk that makes it so easy to wear, to throw on. It's not specific to any kind of thing that you're doing. It's very casual, so easy to wear. The vanilla comes strong. It's Vanilla Week. Did you know it? It might be over by the time I post this, but Vanilla Week. This is a great one. I recommend this one a lot when people just want something creamy, musky, vanilla sweet with a hint of floral to it. It's a little bit powdery. It's not a powder bomb, but that muskiness blends with that powderiness really nicely, just kind of giving it a little bit of texture to the fragrance. The florals in here are Lily of the Valley, which is a watery flower, jasmine, and lilac. So it has this very like comforting but spring-like kind of feel to it. I wear this one year round. There's also the Bouquet Ideal, which is similar but has some cinnamon and spices if you want something with a little bit of warmth to it. This is amazing in the spring and summer, but again, we're having a heat wave. This one is great year round. Men's category bargain fragrance is gonna be Mont Blanc Explorer. This has been called an Aventus dupe. It doesn't last as long because it is that citrusy kind of fragrance. Citrusy, spicy, woody, aromatic. Doesn't last that long, just being the type of profile that it is. It's more of a half day kind of thing probably. But I mean, I got this at a discounter for $35. That's like an amazing steal on this one. You do probably want to carry it around with you to top it off in the afternoon when you get off work or whatever. I know everyone's schedules in the last 2 years have changed dramatically, so who knows what that routine is. But I don't consider it a true dupe to Aventus, but it's very similar. It doesn't have that pineapple in there, but it is a citrusy aromatic that is Aventus-esque. Let's put it more that way. And I don't think it's meant to be an Aventus dupe either. This one is like citrusy with aromatics of like sage in there. You have vetiver again, which is a very fresh wood. It dries down with even more woodiness, which sometimes that woodiness just kind of sticks close to you and it'll smell fresh and your skin will smell good, but it doesn't really project very well woods. But Mont Blanc Explorer, amazing, cheapy bargain for guys, easy reach. The next affordable, super affordable fragrance that's an easy reach for women is by Dapper. There's a couple brands like Jo Malone that, I for some reason thought this was by the Jo Malone, Blackberry Vanilla Musk, but it's a Trish McEvoy fragrance. Some of them I don't feel like are worth that money for their longevity, and Jo Malone's a big one. But I got this for under $30, this 30 ml, and usually 30 mLs is all I want anyway, but Blackberry and Vanilla Musk, and this is really good. So it's a fruity berry with that vanilla musk again. The berry in here is very strong, very sweet berry, sweet blackberry. Just if you're in like that fruity floral kind of mood, that it just, it's another comforting, easy fragrance to put on. And I have a lot of these Dappers for fragrances that I just don't want to pay the money for, or if I just don't wear them a lot. I have a bunch of those that are super expensive that I don't wear a lot, that I just can't justify the $300 to $500, and I get a Dapper. I kind of really like these. I mean, say what you will, but for someone new to niche, or if you're trying a niche out, or again, like, I see a place for them. It's the only cologne house that I actually like and actually purchase, like a lot from, but I like this one. The florals in here, there's osmanthus and tiara flower, which is kind of tropical, and osmanthus smells like apricot. So you really get this sweet fruitiness in here with this amazing like musky base, this comforting vanilla musk base. This one's really good, really good. I like Trish McEvoy fragrances, but I just have never purchased one. The next one is by House of Sillage from men, and it is the House of Sillage #2. Now, #1 was a hit, but it sold out a long time ago, and I haven't seen any indication of them getting it. I got the Dapper version just to see what it was all about, and I get it. Yeah, I get it. So for $140, these are amazing, and if you're into like Zippos or gadgets, like I love that you push this button and this cap slides off, and then it slides right back over. Push it, and it's there, and then spray and close it. I love that. Like, that's a kind of cool gadget. What guy doesn't like playing with this? I find myself sitting there doing this, and it's kind of cool. But I like that. But this one is I really like the number 2. Very clean. It opens with mandarin and grapefruit, but it doesn't smell that bitter like grapefruit. It smells more of that mandarin. I really like this. With a heart of driftwood, I don't know what kalanga is, juniper berry, which is a very cooling berry. It's used to make gin. It's in gentle fluidity gold. It's in gentle fluidity silver. I really like juniper. In a base of white amber, musks, and cedarwood. It's this woodsy citrus. This one is just so easy. Like, this is great. You got a hoodie on, throw this on. You actually now just kind of upped your casual outfit up a little bit, but it's an easy reach where I like this one. It's not your cliche citrus aromatic. It's a little different. It's a little bit dressed up, but there's something like business casual to casual about it that I like, that kind of dresses you up. This one's really good. Easy reach. It's very, very likable. Gosh, I didn't realize how good you were. And again, for $140, this is a really good deal on these fragrances now. I know when they were, $300, people were like, well, I don't know for $300, but for $140, yeah, you're a steal now. These are really good bargains, but they're selling out of a lot of them. But I think they still have like 4 available. I will put a link down below. Yeah, I keep wanting to go over some of those House of Sillage men's fragrances, but they sell out of them, and I don't want to do a video on something that they sold out of, because then that's just kind of mean, right? Yeah, so, but that one is in stock. And the next one I have, oh, you know what? I have a House of Sillage for women here also. My easy reach is Cherry Garden. This is actually my first cupcake too. I got the Cherry Garden and I fell in love with it. And then I got a travel size discovery set, and the rest is history. I became an addict for House of Sillage. I love them. And I got over the whole cupcake thing, because the cupcake thing wasn't my thing until I saw it in person. And the gold that they use, this 18 karat gold, and how beautiful this is. It's way, way prettier in person. And I was like, okay, that actually is really pretty, not cheesy. I mean, gosh, and the way the smooth glass with no edges, like there's something very pretty about it. Anyway, Cherry Garden is another almond fragrance. Kind of like the Mamasi, it does have almond in there. This is a little brighter and floralier versus that one's really creamy. This one uses heliotrope and musk to give that projection and pillowiness around you. And there's rose and jasmine as flowers in here along with that almond. It's really this like florally almond, creamy, fluffy thing around you. I do like, as casual, easy reaches or mass appealing fragrances, I do go for those musky, fluffy, comforting kind of fragrances when I just want to throw something on. It's just my thing. The next one, let's do this one. The Argos Pour Homme. I really like this. This was one of his first releases. He did the Perfume and the Pour Homme. It was meant, again, the first release to be more mass appealing. It was meant to be a safe fragrance. These safe fragrances are easy reaches for me. They're dumb reaches. I can grab this, I can wear this anywhere kind of fragrance. Opens with citrus and gin again, or juniper berries, no, gin. This one is gin and citrus and lavender. It's that vetiver in there. That vetiver and citrus and a little bit of lavender or some other aromatics, or just that cliche kind of fougere that I just think smells so good on a man. Yes, they are safe and they're simple, those classic fougères, but they smell so good on a man wherever you go. They always work, and you will smell very polished in this one. He did a really good job. That it's a fine fragrance. And again, this one is like, what, 175? This one's 175. That again, it's priced really good. I put these all under 200, I think, that they're great fragrances that are easy reaches. This next one has the longest name ever, but I call it the Princess fragrance. It's by Kilian, and it's I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess. And rumors of this being discontinued, I don't know if it's true or not. I heard that. I grabbed a bottle even though I had a travel size. I do know that, again, as all the good ones that get discontinued, Dapper did a version. He always kind of grabs these really like cult favorite discontinued fragrances and keeps them alive. I think he's got Alien Absolute also, which I have. So I do really like him for that. He's kind of cool like that. This one is all about, has some citruses in it, but it's all about that marshmallow in here. And it has that benzoin that gives great body. Benzoin, heliotrope. These are all like notes that I look for that I know are going to give that little fluffiness around me. It has jasmine, hedione. The vanilla is very sweet in here, but it is like a marshmallow kind of effect. A little bit of peachiness at the opening, really in the middle, kind of blends in there. Blending, sometimes I feel like it's orange blossom or something, but it's this peach and jasmine. There's a little bit of ginger in there, but this one is really all about that light fruity, that like peachy marshmallow. Gives a little bit of an effect. I think the longevity on here is okay. I don't think this is beast mode. I think it lasts pretty good. I think this lasts for the better part of the day, kind of a thing, but I change my fragrances throughout the day anyway. Like at nighttime, I'll put a different one on, whether I'm going out or not, that I'm okay with it lasting just the day. But this is a great easy reach. Throw it on. I love it. Commitment wise, if I want to layer it or put something else on later, this marshmallow kind of thing goes well with other fragrances a lot of time, that I'm not worried. It's not something that's going to clash with a lot of stuff, or I can mask it with a stronger fragrance. So I'm okay with that too. The next one I had in travel size and I got in full size bottle. It is a men's fragrance. It's by Perfumes de Marly, and it is Percival. Percival is your easy reach of all the Perfumes de Marly, and I love the women's and the men's collection there. Percival is, again, that citrusy fragrance. Citrusy, woody, aromatic that goes really well. It's your classic men's fragrance that it's an easy grab and go. It's gonna work with anything, anywhere. I wouldn't call it a special occasion fragrance. It's also great for any age, whether they're younger or older. This kind of thing will always work. Gosh, it's like the polo back in the day. It's just an easy reach for everyone. It does have that niche quality. Pricing wise, you can find these on discounters too, because it's been around for a little bit and it's so popular. Not overly popular like Sauvage, but it's popular that you'll find it in a lot of distributors for a discount. And that's the Percival. Those are my easy reach, dumb reach fragrances. Grab and go, don't have to think much. You can just grab it. No matter what you're doing, if you're in a hurry, if you're late for work, it'll work for work, it'll work for running errands, it'll work for anything like that, anything casual like that. So that's my roundup. Tell me what your easy reach is down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.